Alright, we are here with Kervek the Punisher. 3 mana 3/3, Metal Black. Whenever you commit a crime, exile one black card from your graveyard and copy it. You may cast the copy. If you do, you lose 2 life. So, you just commit a bunch of crimes. How you commit a crime is targeting anything your opponent controls, targeting their face, or targeting anything in their graveyard, which is pretty easy to do, especially in black. Every color can really do this. Maybe green kind of struggles, but so we just run a boatload of removal. I don't really see a point in running board wipes when I have like 38 removal spells. We are a little soft to certain strategies. That's just kind of how Magic works, though. We have some reanimate things, some tutors, all the good black things you can be doing. Discard spells are exceptionally useful, especially when you get to copy them, right? So everything that targets anything of your opponent's comes with maybe a second spell that you have cast earlier in the game, because you get to cast it out of your graveyard. So if there's any graveyard hate, we are obviously get completely hosed, but we can still cast removal spells for days. So it could be a little difficult to die to honest creature strategies, but there are a lot of other things in this format for sure. There's a lot of 1 mana removal for early green creatures. That seems to be, as I always say, above and beyond the most prolific thing that you bump into, given how this format is now. This is the state of the format. So I'm running things like Disfigure and Cut Down, just as much 1 mana removal as possible, because I think, again, that's just where the format is. The only thing I'm crafting is Imp's Mischief. This seems pretty ideal for this. It's kind of like a pseudo heroic intervention or a protection spell, right? If they go to kill your commander, you can just redirect it. It also counts as a crime because you targeted your opponent's card with it, which is kind of funny, but I can see this as being a little useful or useless. It can go both ways. This could just be Swiftfoot Boots instead, and you'd be kind of fine, but it's a new card and it commits crimes, and that's what we're trying to do here. We're trying to commit crimes. That's really about it. I had Orcish Bowmasters in here. It no longer comes with a 1/1 token, so it's not really that ideal. And there's some strategies where they don't draw a bunch of cards, and sometimes when they do, Bowmasters doesn't actually do anything anyways, but it can technically commit like 12 crimes if your opponent draws like 12 cards. You're not going to have all the mana to cast all those copies, but you could spam it with Bowmasters in certain matchups. I just don't expect that to be reliable. There's one thing we will probably never lose to, and now we'll probably never play against it, is Malcolm, because we have infinite removal for Malcolm, and they're just hoping to get to the late game when they actually start casting big things. But I haven't seen Malcolm in a while, and would be surprised if it maybe just fell off, but who knows. So that's it. Mono removal. Let's roll. Oh, right, I have a desert, because it commits a crime. It's a land that commits a crime. Just hope we play against Pock all day. Alright, this is the Sultai Gonti. I don't think I own this one. What does it do? I do not. 5 mana 5/5. Spells you cast but don't own cost 1 less. Whenever one or more creatures you control deals combat damage, leave a top card, exile it. Alright, so they steal my cards with their cards. Let us play this tapped. I guess I'm playing this tapped? Sure. I could have maybe hit them with a discard spell this turn, but I didn't. Spell Dancer is not what I expected. I will just cut that down. Alright, so I kind of want to cast my commander really bad, but I also want to hit my opponent's hand really bad. I think I'm going to play this and then have like these up next turn. I know I'm not committing any crimes, but like I don't have the mana to like commit crimes and also do other things anyways. Okay, they played a card I have no respect for as a human being. I'm gonna discard here. Okay. I'm gonna take that. Let's play you and pass. Probably get the gate that seeks a land here. Or seeks anything that matters. I'm not gonna kill the Oracle of the Alpha. Yeah, just get that thing. So I can kill their commander if they go... Wait, whoa. What does this do? Can't be blocked. Combat damage, draw, discard. Okay. So we want to play this and then leave up Heartless Act to kill their commander. I could have killed the Llanowar Elves to stop them, but there's a chance they just draw land, and that obviously wouldn't work. Yep. Alright, so wait. We want them to swing and scry first. Yep, I want them to scry before I kill Gonti. Just so their decision is maybe different. I can't target or use anything because I don't have mana. So let's see if they end up looting. I don't actually know. I've never triggered this, but I'm 90% sure you have to spend mana on the card there. All right, let's kill the looty thingy, and then exile the discard spell. Cast said discard spell. And we can do it again, but I didn't play my land first, so I'm dumb. I could have copied something else there. Alright. I guess we're not swinging because I'm losing the damage race. So I just don't want to swing. But we do have a mauling for this Oracle and then a second removal spell. And we're sitting pretty. Okay, that works as well. Let's kill that. Let's kill the Llanowar Elves. And then I'm not going to do anything else. Because my opponent doesn't have any cards. I guess I'll play this as a land? I kind of don't want to do that, though. I think just making a 1/1 work is fine. Wait. Oh, it costs 3. Alright, I can't do that. Should I play this as a land? I really don't think I should. I really don't think I should. Okay, my opponent top decked Black Lotus. Oh, okay. You got it. Well, there's no way I don't do this, so. Oh, man, I wish I could play this black market. Sag. Yep, just play black market now. It can be kind of sketchy to play this, but I played it. Their commander cost a lot of mana, and they don't have a lot of mana. They also just shuffled everything they scried to the bottom this game. Okay, that was pretty fast. We're gonna try to draw a couple cards, but I gotta be careful. I obviously don't want to die. I'll lead with an attack. They didn't play the card. Let's see if it's like a counter spell. It is. Alright. I could have led with Duress, but... Oh, wait, that's not what I anticipated. Alright, so I can maybe draw one more card, and then I can't really draw any more cards because I'll die. Eldest Reborn is probably just fine to cast as is. Maybe? It means they can't hold the card they play. I think I'm just going to play this and pass. This just damages them, right? Davriel just deals damage, so... Okay, are we killing... They probably have to kill Davriel, don't they? Because this isn't lethal? Okay, I think my opponent, Did they just, No, I'm not necessarily dead. I also probably wouldn't have milled me, but okay. Alright, so I have 5. Let's make a treasure. Don't want to die here. Do I play this? I think we're gonna look for a relevant spell. That would have been relevant if I drew another land. So this has Death Touch. These are both kind of the same. This just stops them from hitting me with their 4/4. And I guess it's lethal next turn. If they top deck a removal spell, I'm dead. Okay, we're all in. We're just gonna swing. I'm gonna swing. I'm gonna see what happens. Yeah, we're just gonna swing. Opponent goes to 1 here, so this is just the last turn cycle. They have to draw something right now or they lose. Okay. Looks like we got there. Nice. Looks like we got there. I don't know why they were like staring at the card for so long before they tried to swing, but I think the largest gap in my YouTube uploads has been like a week or something when I had COVID. So I think it's been like 18 months since I have not dropped it again. Roughly. Or like, yeah, that sounds about right. No removal. It's another green deck. Good lord. No early removal again. Oh my god, what is going on? What is happening? Any removal. Any removal, please. Please. I beg of you. Alright, well now we're just doomed. Now we're just doomed. Alright, you win. Even a discard spell would have been maybe kind of fine. It's not the same though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. There's 11. There's a pretty solid chance to always hit one. I guess I can run maybe 1 or 2 more. What? Mishra's Bauble? What? Okay. Alright, hold on, let's do the old upkeep stop here. That's adorable. I'm a little confused. You don't usually see that card, like, ever. It's like a terrible card to cascade into. This must be normal slivers, then. Right? Yeah, it must be, because otherwise, why would you play this? It's just for your 1-mana slivers to actually get something. That's why you play it. I guess I can just play my commander here. I guess. Just get it out there. It's not doing anything right now, and won't be for maybe a while, but I'm not under any crazy pressure. It is normal slivers, though, so can't be too upset. Let's play... Let's swing first, actually. And then I'll play this, and then I'll kill whatever they... If they, like, cast another non-legendary this turn, it dies. It could shut them out of casting anything. It also puts cards in my graveyard for my commander, which is ideal. Okay, they did in fact not play a legendary, so it does die to my Saga. I don't know if they realize that. So I don't know how my own card works. Oh, yeah, it just dies. Oh, wait, what's this? Oh, okay, yep, they said it. Alright, so swing. First sliver's next turn. So I guess I play this. I could play scriptures and stop the first sliver. There's nothing to reanimate, so I'll just pass. If they hit like a weird removal spell, I can just unearth my commander. Never mind. Sliver Hive Lord. Okay. That is unbelievable. And the only card in their entire deck that stops half of my deck from winning the game. Is there anything I can do? Tiny Bones doesn't do it. Stealing Ornithopter Paradise doesn't make any sense. I can't get that. Can't do that. That's just unbelievable. Alright, well, my deck is completely turned off now. Alright, whatever. Oh, and we have the only sweeper in the game that doesn't kill your slivers too, so there goes that. Now that's unlucky. Not like the last game. That's actually unlucky. I like this matchup. It kind of feels like Golos, where it always pays for itself, which is not ideal for you, but I mean, it's still cool. It's not playing against Pock, which is nice. Up the Beanstalk. Alright, maybe this is an Up the Beanstalk deck. I usually bash on that card a lot. Roxanne could absolutely be an Up the Beanstalk deck, just because Roxanne itself is 5. And you can expect to cast it repeatedly. Okay. Kind of sketchy casting creatures in the face of my stuff here. But my opponent did it. Alright, so play that, play this, swing for 3, and now... The problem with Up the Beanstalk is a lot of cards might replace themselves, but there also might be a lot that do not replace themselves. So it's not like the end-all be-all. But, just going to kill Roxanne, not really a choice. If they only cast Roxanne every turn, we can't possibly be too upset with that. Let's add some cards to our graveyard. Oh, I milled Shieldred. Oh no. But they're obviously just going to recast Roxanne. But again, if they just keep doing that, they're not getting ahead, really. I can just continuously kill it. Which is not too difficult. I currently actually cannot keep killing it. Can I find something that lets me kill it, please? Maybe? No. Alright. Problems are here. Alright, well I can't swing, so I guess I'm just passing. Okay. Okay. Okay, this is weird. This is really weird. Huh. Alright, well, there goes, ever trying to outvalue my opponent in any meaningful way. And I'm probably also not killing them with damage, so this game is probably completely over. I don't really know what I could possibly do to not... We also drew a tap land, so I can't even play Virtue. Not that it would do anything. I think this game is over. I think this game is over. Yeah. My opponent has the One Ring, Up the Beanstalk. All of their spells deal damage to me, and I haven't answered Roxanne, so... Oh, boy. We have a pretty solid, satisfying curve here, I guess. I just have to... I don't know. Hope it's good enough. Oh, boy. Misery's creeping in, boys. Misery's creeping in, boys and girls. We are not looking... It's not looking good. Okay, opponent figured out that their hand is good. Lucky us. Stomping ground. Alright. You know, there hasn't been too many one-drops lately. It's kind of interesting. I guess I attack the hand with this. I don't think playing my commander when I don't have anything in play to... There's nothing in my graveyard to copy, right? So I also can't kill the Paradise Druid. Provisioner in Big Score. Jeez. What's with all these, like, Roxanne decks that aren't just, like, all in on big creatures? They remind me a lot of my Roxanne list. It's kind of nice. I also haven't seen Pock in a while, which is really nice. It's kind of cool. Okay, my opponent just didn't cast anything. That's unorthodox. I'll leave up Fatal Push. It must be a Haro, but or I don't know. I don't know. Okay, well, there was no getting around that card, so that was always going to happen. Sure. That's pretty bad. I think it still gives me, yeah, the ability to do this. Okay. Didn't draw a land. Well, my opponent drew a land, excuse me. Garruk's Uprising. Not really what I expected. Really want to draw a land. I actually drew a land. No way. Alright, so we get rid of both permanents my opponent just played. We also get rid of a graveyard-hating card. This is best case scenario for us, and it still doesn't feel like I'm ahead. Because Roxanne can spam itself, which is a problem that is kind of embarrassing to lose to, not going to lie. Okay, so I have no choice but to kill their commander. So I will kill their commander. And I will leave up Languish, or whatever. I can't wait to get embarrassed by this card repeatedly. Oh look, they can cast it again, wow. Alright, well, my Planeswalker doesn't actually have any text on it. I can shrink Roxanne and then just keep it from doing anything, but then it doesn't... It just doesn't get you anywhere doing that, really. Okay, back in a position where I need to draw something immediately. That's just not useful. Yep. I'm literally losing to just Roxanne being cast. And they could probably win this game not being able to draw cards for the rest of the game. They could probably just win. Which is unbelievable. I should probably block. Well... Yeah, I'm gonna block. I have Languish in hand. I don't have a choice. Okay, that's surprising. It's interesting. Liliana of the Veil. That's another way to kill Roxanne. Guess I'll play this Liliana and plus it. But the Meteors will just harass my Planeswalkers before they're able to do anything. They could also, you know, start going face with these, and I'll die that way too. Nope, they don't. I probably would. Crux of Fate. Not really working out for me. Liliana minus? I don't think I have a choice. I'm kind of dead if I don't. So, guess we're doing that. Guess I'll play this, because it doesn't really do anything else. It stops other creatures from entering this turn, other than Roxanne, I guess. Yeah, this is just horrible. This is horrible. You should never lose to something like this. Is there anything to reanimate out of my opponent's graveyard? Ragavan, and then it dies to their commander, so no. The only thing is this Prowling Serpent thingy, which doesn't really do anything, so... I don't even want to get rid of any card in my hand. What am I doing this turn? I guess I get rid of Cast Down because it doesn't have any targets. Doesn't feel very useful. I could also just not plus Liliana. Crux of Fate, Reanimate. Take 3. Cast. Reanimate on their 4/3. I could put it on Ragavan, but again, it literally just dies, so that doesn't do anything. This just stops Roxanne from swinging, I guess. Hardly seems like it matters, but I don't know. Maybe it does. Yo, you've got to be kidding me. You've got to be kidding me. That's just unbelievable. Alright, well, I'm casting this now. I lose something, I take 4, go to 2, and then I'm just dead to any Roxanne cast. Yep, that's just, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. My opponent literally doesn't have to play the game. I lose automatically to Roxanne alone. They cast Roxanne 7 times and I lost. They didn't have to cast another spell in the entire game. This deck is terrible. I don't even know if we should keep playing it. It doesn't feel like it can win in any way that it's like supposed to be. Like it's what it's good at doing. It's terrible at, right? Its best case scenario is terrible. I'll play a couple more, but this is obviously a terrible, terrible, terrible commander. Not Planeswalker. I swapped. I swapped. Jeez, I am very dyslexic, huh? I swapped Planeswalker and Commander in my head somehow, and can't unswap it. It's been like that for like 3 years. Well, I can't really stop my opponent's strategy, but I can draw cards. So that's pretty cool. Okay. Sign in Blood? Nah. Is this mono black or something? What is going on? What is going on? I'm gonna cycle Unearth. There's not a lot of targets for it in my deck anyways, so. Okay, let's play this. I mean, they do have blue in their deck. They just haven't played any blue. Their sleeve is blue, which is funny. Simulacrum. Alright, they finally found an island. I mean, they already had blue with the Arcane Signet, but it's just kind of funny looking. Okay, so draw treasure. I don't think a 3/2 is that useful. I guess I just pass. I can exile the Simulacrum. I don't know if dealing with Garuda makes any sense. They're not casting Garuda this turn. That's interesting. Alright, so they're probably going to steal a removal spell, because that's my entire deck, which we're not really upset with. I'll make a 3/2 to push, or just block at least once, so I'm not dying to that thing there. Playing my commander doesn't feel terribly useful. Let's draw some cards. Disfigure. Disfigure actually does kill their thing here. Let's get rid of a Swamp. It's a funny way to kill it. They didn't cast Garuda last turn. Strange. I guess they're not doing it again? Okay, I guess we're manually tapping for some odd reason. Okay. Let's see if this works. It does. Look at that. Killing Garuda feels kind of bad. I can kill this thing. I guess I should. I think we're discarding a card and probably getting rid of Languish. Because Languish doesn't really do that much anyways. Okay. Opponent does it again. Twice or whatever. Oh, they got Jin-Gitaxias. Alright, now I kind of wish I had Languish, huh? Kind of wish I kept that language. I mean, Garuda's a 7/7 that I don't have an answer to, though, so wouldn't have really changed that much. You can't use Cling to Dust to stop Garuda's targets, like in response or whatever. Okay, so I can play my commander, commit some crimes, and then, like, languish or whatever. Yeah, so let's commit a crime. I guess I need life, so I'll eat the roaming throne. Dark Ritual? No, that doesn't make any sense. Bitter Triumph? Obviously have to kill this thing here. Let's get rid of Eliminate. Seems like it doesn't have many targets. I can cast Dark Ritual right now. Don't see why not. Can end up doing something with that mana. Okay. Well, we are still taking 7. So we did all this fancy cool stuff, but we are just taking a bunch of damage a turn. I can block it, I guess. I guess I don't have a choice. Hero's Downfall does not feel very appealing. My opponent can recast Garuda. I mean, I can't allow them to have Garuda sitting in play, so I don't have a choice, really. And I can just play this, and then hope the only thing my opponent scams into is Garuda, and then it's just Garuda versus the world again. Doesn't feel like it's going to work out in the long run, to be honest. Alright, that's not what I meant. I really needed you to not have that. Really needed you to just not have that. I didn't draw an answer to Garuda. Okay, maybe I'll find one. Okay, I guess I attack the hand here, lose a life, it's fine. Tail's End. My opponent has Ulamog in hand. How close are they? 4, 5, 6, 7. They're actually very close. I guess I'm passing, or do I cast my commander? I don't have an answer to their stuff. I might as well cast this. I'm going to cast my commander. That's what I came here to do. I'm doing it. I'm doing it. We're doing it. We're casting it. Alright, Garuda. Ravage me. Do the dirty. I can't stop it, so there's nothing to really think about here. Yep, happens twice. Alright. Not a lot of targets in their own deck. That's kind of strange to me, but I don't know. Interesting. It would be funny if I could kill him with that. That would have been really funny. Alright, so we can commit crimes, and then we can die after we had finished committing said crimes. We're going out in our own terms. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing here. Yep. Can't swing. They cast Garuda again. Gravedigger. Sure. This picks up Garuda, I assume. But I can just eat it so it doesn't stay in hand. I don't know if this changes much. I feel like it doesn't. I'm just sort of spinning my wheels. 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, they can just put it to the command zone anyways. The Grave Shifter can also just get flickered for other targets right now with Thassa. Such as, but not limited to, kind of anything in their graveyard. So that's just value I can't stop currently. I can draw cards, though. I mean, I'm drawing 2 cards a turn. It's been quite a few lands, but it also makes actually activating this kind of difficult. This is not an artifact, right? Yeah. Alright, surely we find the sauce. Okay, that's not really what I meant by sauce, but sure. Um, I guess I play this. Go to two? No, I can't. I literally can't go to two because if they, I'll just die if I go to two. Oh, this is so bad. There's not even anything to put on top. I guess Invoke Despair does kill Thassa, but I really don't expect that to matter. My opponent's going to cast Ulamog this turn, right? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, alright. I'm dead to Ulamog. I'm not going to... Okay, so I only won a single game, and I believe it was the first game I played. I think it was the very first game I played. It was the only game I won. The problem is there are no strategies where, like, just killing their creatures does anything. There's no strategy where simply committing crimes wins you the game. It just doesn't work. This is a good card in your deck. I don't think it's good as a commander, right? Like, as a value engine, it's not bad. Recurring certain cards when you cast other cards is fine, right? Some sort of Sultai or other mono black list, like a Davriel thing again, right? Now you can do a slower black thing because as it stands, going all in on crimes doesn't get you anywhere. You're thinking about all the value you get for just hosing your opponent's creatures, but you're not closing the game out while you're doing that, and you're also not generating enough value to keep up with all of the value that they're generating to begin with. Roxanne is actually a hilarious example. You can kill Roxanne every single turn, but just like Golos, Roxanne always pays for itself. So you're never going every other turn dealing with it. It basically comes into play every single turn you kill it. It comes with a shock every time, and I'm not necessarily swinging for 3 every time that happens, right? And that's assuming my opponent's only drawing lands. It gets worse if they're drawing anything but lands. If I can't kill Roxanne repeatedly, what are we doing? Right? Like, if that's a problem, then everything's a problem. Dealing with early green ramp is kind of nice. You will get wins when you do that, but it has to happen. Your opponent also has to kind of give up when you do that. Sometimes they can get out of it just fine. I did get pretty unlucky for about like 40 minutes. I was just drawing like nothing but spells and no lands, and then the next chunk of time I was drawing nothing but lands and no spells. I tried to, change the land count a couple times, but it just... I did get unlucky within the games I played, I will say that. But even still, in games where I had, lands and spells, I was still just losing to any creature-based commander. And that's terrible. Like, Kulane, you can kill it, but if they ever find, like, the Great Henge or that other enchantment that draws on creatures, you just lose because every creature they play comes with more creatures or more cards, and your removal spells do offset that, but you're losing a bunch of life while you're doing that, and you also will eventually run out of gas, and your opponent won't if they have any way to draw more than one card a turn, and you can't stop that. It's hard for you to keep up with your own 2 cards a turn because you're spending so much mana to be reactive that you're not really proactively winning the game by pushing damage or having a massive lethal threat like Ulamog or something. And in the meantime, you're so busy removing everything, you're not really spending time to gain value because you're spending so many resources to actually commit the crimes in the first place. So it doesn't work as a commander in any way. I think a better one, which is kind of funny, where is it? Vadmir might be better. It commits crimes, mono black, basically the same deck. I mean, I probably should have swapped commanders at some point and just tried this one. This one is probably weaker as a card, but you don't have to spend a bunch of life on it, and your opponent can... your opponent can just kill it so easily, though. You really don't want to run sweepers with it. Your opponent doesn't have a bad time ignoring it. You really want to trigger it on your turn and your opponent's turn. So I don't really know, but as it stood, it can't possibly be worse than this one as a commander. It can't. But at this point, I think you would prefer to play something a little bit more evasive, right? Like, sure, Menace and Lifelink on a 6/6 is pretty cool, but there are a lot of decks that do not care if this was even a 10/10. They just wouldn't care. Token strategies, you're just doomed, right? Like, they can just block with 2 tokens over and over. You're gaining a bunch of life, but they're going to crater hoof you eventually, right? You know, you're not pulling ahead. Um, the life gain can offset some of the life paying you're doing. If this is in play and is massive, then you don't feel bad about paying a bunch of life to spam stuff with this. You also might not feel like you have to play certain cards like Dread Presence and stuff to maybe do whatever. I mean, this does commit crimes every time you play a swamp, so maybe that's not even true. I don't know. It just doesn't really work. This strategy really wants to run board wipes because 1-for-1 removal is not how you win games in Historic Brawl. It's not really how you win in EDH in general. 1-for-1 removal. You kind of need sweepers. Like, every time I added Crux of Fate and Languish later on, every time I had one of these in hand, I'm like, thank goodness I have this and not just a removal spell, because my opponent played 2 creatures last turn. I can kill one of them, but the other one is still a huge problem. Even if it's like a Llanowar Elves, it can still be a huge problem for you. Edict effects, not only some of them don't actually target your opponent to commit a crime, you don't really have a choice in what it kills, right? Which is Soul Shatter, an example. Like, I don't choose what this kills, and it doesn't commit a crime. So, probably shouldn't have been in here, even though it's pretty good removal. It just doesn't work with your commander at all, and there's probably better options. I had Liliana's in here, the 6-drop Liliana's, but I never got to 6 mana, felt like I had time to actually cast them, and then pull ahead with it in play. So you're always on the back foot. Even, like, I don't know what scenario I would get to that point. I don't even know, with all that being said, if Pock is a good matchup, because they can just keep recasting Pock. I never played against Pock, but I feel like it's going to be the same as though when I was playing against Roxanne. So they keep recasting it, playing lands, and then suddenly they cast Ulamog at some point, which is not only a massive threat, exiles 2 of your things, is actually indestructible. So I can't really do anything about it. Yeah, I can't recommend this one. And kind of just like the last commander I played, which is unfortunate, just getting a string of not very ideal commanders. I think Loot is more interesting, at least. But this one, I just can't recommend this. I say don't play this. And the same probably goes with this. At that point, you probably want to play Killian, the ink black-white aura thing, or something that actually enchants your commander, like a green-white enchant aura thing, like Geist the Saint Traft or whatever you want to suffer in tier 1. But this is so vulnerable, it's insane. I don't think this being here would make this deck any better. I think this strategy, the core game plan, is not good enough to justify simply committing crimes. But now we know. So let me know what you thought about this list. If you have a different style of list that plays mono crime committing with either Vadmir or Kervik, let me know. I'd love to see. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.